Okay, welcome to the first episode of my new podcast, Next Stop to Lulu Lane. Today we're going to be doing Am I the Asshole stories. These are straight from Reddit. So, yeah, let's see if they're the asshole. Am I the asshole for basically telling my hubby he's fat? No, that's crazy. Last night, I suggested to my husband that we finish off the leftovers in the fridge since we had plenty of food that needed to be eaten. Instead of agreeing, he immediately countered with, "Wouldn't you rather go get nachos?" I shook my head and firmly said no. Then he sighed dramatically as if I'd crushed his dreams. No, that's crazy. And declared, "You don't feed me." Without skipping a beat, I replied, "You wouldn't be overweight if I didn't feed you." No, this woman is already a savage, bro. That's when the tone of the conversation shifted. He immediately told me I was being mean and that my comment was uncalled for. I stood my ground and explained that I only said it because I felt insulted by his original remark. To add some context, this isn't the first time I felt unappreciated. During the holidays, my days were consumed with taking him out to eat or cooking meals for him, ensuring he had food he enjoyed. It feels exhausting to put in so much effort only to be told I'm not doing enough. I'm wondering now, did I take things too far with my response, or was I justified given the circumstances? Am I the asshole? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes and no. He is basically sitting on his butt, not doing anything, asking you to feed him, and not finishing leftovers after you said that we're going to do that. But you also called him overweight and made fun of him. So, to a point, yes and no. Next one. I'm trying to find a good one. Oh my god, am I the asshole for leaving my dad's birthday dinner after overhearing my sister's comment about my miscarriage? No, you're not. Okay. There's additional context, but I feel like I should read the additional context before I start. We're gonna do that. It'll probably make sense later. My family is the type to just drop by at each other's places and see one another multiple times throughout the week besides just Sunday dinner. Lately, I've been kind of fielding off any requests for people to visit. I just want to, emphasize how close my family is. Did somebody just knock? Anyway. I just want to, emphasize how close my family is and how abnormal it is for me to not be seeing it. Is there someone at my door? I'm literally so confused right now. Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Where was I? I just want to, emphasize how close my family is and how abnormal it is for me to not be seeing them regularly, even for a little bit. I haven't been ghosting them, but I just text them saying I'm not feeling up to it for dinner and then kind of leave it there. Okay, that's kind of a way to grieve, I guess. My sister and my mom have always been closer to each other, as have me and my dad. Additionally, my brothers are close to her since they're all closer in age. Okay, so this is already giving family drama, and I've only read 2 additional comments. I mentioned this in a comment, but we didn't text anyone saying we were going to be late since my family is usually pretty lax about time. Me and my husband usually show up early though, since it's unusual for us to be late and might have been why they thought we weren't coming. Also, my son was continuing to be a handful all the way there, so that kept us busy and we kind of didn't think about notifying anyone. I started looking into grief counseling now that I feel like I can at least talk about it. As far as she told us, my sister hasn't had a miscarriage before. She just had trouble getting pregnant to begin with. And then last comment is from what my brother told me. My sister and mom didn't admit to saying anything. They just kind of looked at each other once my dad mentioned me leaving, and he noticed and asked about it. Then one of my sister-in-laws, who was also in the kitchen, my other brother's wife, mentioned that what they said, and my dad got mad. My other brother was apparently angry with them, and it just turned into my mom and sister trying to defend themselves. That's bullshit. my dad and other brother yelling, and my brother who texted me trying to stay out of it. Trying to stay out of it. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Here's the story. Here we go. Oh. A few months ago, me, 28 female, and my sister Eva, 33 female, realized that we were both pregnant. I'd say she was about 6 weeks further than I. She's been struggling with infertility, so we were all happy for her. I have an older son, 2 male, with my husband, 32 male. Sadly, a couple of weeks ago, I lost my baby. We told oh my gosh, that's so sad. I just went through that so fast. They were all supportive, but I did sort of pull away from them. They would have tried to avoid discussing Ava's baby around me, but I didn't want to overshadow her, especially since she wanted this for a long time. I also didn't want to be reminded of my own loss whenever I saw her. So I haven't been at my parents' place for Sunday dinner since, or really spent time with Eva, which we had been doing a lot before. I replied vaguely to any messages about my absence, which wasn't the best communication for me. Yesterday, my parents were hosting family dinner for my dad's birthday. I'd been thinking about going because I miss my family, and while, of course, the pain of losing my child has not faded, I'm at a point where I can at least put a little to the side to be there for my sister and my new niece when she is born. This is a lot to read, oh my gosh. So I let my family know that we would be coming. However, we had to get a gift for my dad, and then my son had a bit of a tantrum, so we got to my parents' place about an hour late. I wished my dad and then went to the kitchen where my mom, Eva, and my sister-in-laws were. Oh well. But before I went in, I heard them say my name, so I stopped. My mom was saying something like, well, I guess my name, the writer's name, is not coming. And Eva said, what did you expect? She probably changed her mind and is just staying home again. Honestly, I'm sorry for her, but you would think she was the first woman to ever lose a kid, and it's not even her first kid. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. To say that is fucking crazy. Especially coming from your own mother and your sister. That's wild. They then keep talking about other things, but I just wanted to leave. I went and got my husband, who was with my brother-in-law, dad, and brothers in the living room. Told my dad I was really sorry, but we needed to go. They all protested, but my husband could see how upset I was, so he didn't. We got my son and left. When we got home, I just kind of cried for a while. My husband asked me what happened, and I told him. He was angry that she said that, but thought we shouldn't have abruptly left because my dad had been looking forward to seeing us, and my son missed his cousins. After this, I was feeling conflicted. Later, my brother texted me saying my dad had been really upset about us leaving and brought it up at dinner, which caused a whole fight between Mom and Eva. Which caused a whole fight because Mom and Eva realized that I must have heard them talking and my dad was mad about it. My brother said that it was pretty bad and he wished I had just stayed so none of it would have happened. Obviously, is it Eva or Ava or it's EVA, whatever. Eva didn't mean for me to hear that, so they were all just frustrated I had been AWOL for so long. Now I feel bad because I didn't mean to ruin dinner. Obviously what Eva said was hurtful, but I can see how my actions might have led to her saying something out of anger, and I could have talked to her about it instead of leaving. I don't know, am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. One, because it's not your fault that they were fighting after you left. And, like, your sister and your mom making comments like that are absolutely crazy. It's ridiculous. I think we're going to do one more. These are, like, kind of trash. I want, like, a really good one. Oh, am I the asshole? I want my husband to quit drinking while I'm pregnant. Oh, this one's a long one, so I think this is going to be perfect. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, good. I, female 33, want my husband, M 38, to stop drinking while I'm pregnant and then cut back a lot even when our second child is born. We both used to drink a lot. We met in our mid-20s and honestly both had a lot of baggage we were working through individually. We both came from alcoholic parents and we were always pretty aware that we drank too often / much, but we were young and dumb with little responsibility. Fast forward, we've both accomplished a lot since then. We have great jobs, we live in a house and city that is beyond our dreams back then. We have really worked on ourselves and our relationship through counseling and communication, and we've been in a good place for a long time. With my first pregnancy, I really didn't care that much about his drinking. I missed it sometimes, but as a first-time mom, I had a million other things on my plate. Even postpartum, I didn't really crave it, and my tolerance was so low, I didn't care about it as much as before. Now pregnant with our second and a 2-year-old ruling our home, I'm just so sick of him drinking. If I didn't constantly bring it up, he would still drink every single night. Any chance he has to drink, he takes. Go out to dinner? What's the biggest beer on the menu? Because it's cheaper that way. Take my son to the park? Let's go by the brewery afterwards, and he can run outside. Neighbors having a get-together? I'll just stay and hang out a little longer. He goes to a men's yoga night that has a beer exchange after. He does a running club that gets drinks after. It's like every extracurricular must involve drinking, and I'm so over it. I feel like I've outgrown getting drunk, and I just don't care to do it anymore. Well, I don't think he really gets drunk often. He has an insane tolerance, so it's not even fair to say he's drinking a normal amount. He easily go through a handle of whiskey in a weekend. Damn! He's not angry or mean or violent in any way whatsoever, but it still bothers me that he needs to drink to have a good time. If I ask him not to drink, he's just in a bored mood the rest of the night and wants to go to bed early. He'll basically stay in that mood until the next time he gets to drink. See, that's so... He's just an alcoholic, though. That's, like, not on you. I hate feeling that I'm controlling him, but it's so frustrating to me that we're not growing together in the direction of casual/social drinkers. We can never just go have a beer and that be it. Am I the asshole for continuing to bring it up? Is it just a me problem? Physically, he's healthy as a horse and sees zero issues with drinking. Divorce isn't on the table, but I personally don't want a lifelong partner that needs to drink to be happy. Okay. Am I the hassle? Not hassle. Am I the asshole? Yes and no, because you can't just really tell your husband to stop drinking. But I'm going to actually say no, you're not the asshole, because you're worried about him. You've grown, and he's an alcoholic, and you're trying to help him. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. But that is it for our Am I the Asshole episode today. So hope you enjoyed, and tune in next time. Thanks. Goodbye.